Real estate is notorious for fighting new models and change, which is why it took all these lawsuits and legalities and the attorney firm that took down big tobacco to pick this fight that we probably should have had picked before, shouldn't we? Realistically, we help buyers and sellers. That's what we do. Could we explain it better? Yes. But the reality is new models are coming. And they're coming because there's a lack of transparency in some of the things that go on. When I met Bill and started talking to Clear Mortgage about what they did, I was immediately struck by their passion for transparency. You could see every penny. You could choose what you make on loan. You could choose what you charge, but everyone's going to see it. So there's no hiding. Those of you that are in Rise in our program, you know we love a scoreboard every month. We don't want you hiding. We want you to know if you're, you know who doesn't like scoreboards, by the way, and transparency? Losers. People that are losing on the scoreboard. You know who likes transparency and scoreboards? Winners. I want to keep score every single day. Okay? So not only do I love Bill, Naval Academy grad, super smart guy, he's also paying for all of our drinks in about 10 minutes. Please welcome Bill Sandvig, everybody.
Welcome. Drink tickets are waiting for everyone. Thank you.
All right. So now we talked about this a little bit over the last several weeks, but you're in mortgage, you're doing this thing, and all of a sudden you decide, nope, we're just going to turn the whole thing on its ear and literally make it all transparent.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, why truth? What an interesting question. Why truth?
Yep.
Right? So my reason is because I was fed up. I don't know about any originators in the room. Maybe you're fed up. Maybe you're a real estate leader, a team leader, a broker, and you're fed up because you had a JV that you couldn't get a P&L that made sense. Anyone ever have that experience? You waited for 6 months and that profit they told you was going to come never came? You ever have an MSA where the only day that that relationship was equitable was the day you signed the MSA, right? Because if you were knocking it out of the park and that partnership was clicking for the lender, and you said, hey, let's do more, what did they say? They hid behind their control and they said, oh, we can't do more. We're already doing as much marketing as we can. But what happened the second that they weren't getting their conversion? Steve Vittino said it went from 9,000 to 1,500. Went from 1,500 to 0. How many people have had that story happen as they're trying to diversify their income, right? And so why truth? Because it's been too dark for too long. I built a $500 million team with one of those top 10 mortgage companies. They rewarded me in my efforts a week after I was on stage leading a conference by firing me and taking my market and breaking it up to 4 pieces and paying everybody less. My contract was too good, right? I said enough. I didn't even realize when I built that $500 million team that I was bringing people in on a lie. My industry has been built on fake recruiting logins where they give phony interest rates. It sounds so foreign and crazy to you as a real estate leader and as a visionary, as an entrepreneur, because you could never imagine recruiting someone when they sit down and they say, so what's our split? You know, what's the value you're going to provide to me? And you go, don't worry about that. I'll worry about that, right? I'll worry about that. And I don't want you holding me accountable to it either. So once you join my team, don't ask any questions, right? We were done. So we built a model that would allow for you to be in control through truth. It would allow for loan officers to be in control through truth. An open source mortgage company where we empower people to create and be the entrepreneur that they were designed to be. In my industry, they say these things like, work on your business. But they should say, work on your business on our terms when we tell you it's okay, and how we tell you to do it. And if you are a lender in this room, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, as a real estate agent, as a broker looking for a partnership, yeah, we want to partner with you, but it's going to be on our terms and we're going to stay in control. That's what the banks have been doing to you for decades. And they hide behind compliance. There are compliant models out there that put you in control, and we do it through truth. No secrets. And we have agent partners, we have real estate leaders, broker-owner partners that have taken truth, been the creators that they are, the entrepreneurs that they are, and with no financial investment, no needing to get licensed, 2 months after our relationship, they were turning $30,000 in just net profit into their businesses through our model. So if you're interested in how I can take, through truth, where there's no secrets, right? An environment where there's no secrets. You know what happens when there's no secrets? There's ultimate accountability. Ultimate accountability. The accountability that all you leaders out there are used to. You're all used to it. You're daily trying to provide value and hold yourselves accountable for your team all the time. In the mortgage industry, it doesn't seem to have worked that way, and for way too long. People in my industry talk about owning people. They talk about my loan officer, my market. In my company, there's no such thing. No one owns anyone. A title, a territory, that's a relationship. It's not a line in a map, right? It's not something that I give you, it's something that you earn. And so Clear Mortgage is about truth, it's about free will, it's about creation. It's about join a transparent model where you're in control, where you have no questions, where instead of waiting for a P&L that makes sense, all I have to do is deliver truth to you in real time. Here's exactly what the revenue the company is making. Here's exactly what we're gonna make. Here's exactly what you're going to make. And guess what? We're gonna put you in control of it, because you know what the business I don't wanna be in? I don't wanna be in a business where I'm telling you what your value is. You know your value. John made it very clear that you should know your value, respect your value, and then stand strong for your value, didn't he? I actually want to side note. John had an incredible takeaway that I wanted to just go one step deeper on, and it was principles result in consistent decision making. Principles result in consistent decision making. Let's think about the consequence of not having that as a leader. You know what inconsistent decision making leads to? It leads to confusion, and it leads to resentment.
And lack of trust.
Resentment through a lack of trust. Thank you. Resentment. Think about, as a parent, you give your kid a curfew, right? Be home by midnight. Well, the kid calls and says, hey, we're having fun, can I stay out for a half hour longer? And you say, sure. You just said that the curfew for 12 o'clock doesn't matter. The reasons why you have that curfew are not important enough. And when the kid calls next time and says, hey, can I stay out another half hour? And you say no, they're confused and they resent you. Then we wonder why that happens in our teams when we're not consistent. We live in principles. We know what our principles are. It's truth, it's free will, it's creation. No secrets. And we have partners that are growing across the nation in what will be a truth revolution in the mortgage industry that all you have an opportunity to participate in as you look to diversify your income, diversify your businesses in what I know is the first time that you can separate your mortgage growth, your ability to build a mortgage business from your real estate business. I want you to think about how powerful that is. Think about every other model you've ever had relied on you growing your real estate business first. Through partners like you saw on stage, Sherry Riano, Nick Street, both of them funded over $120 million last year in personal production. We have a value proposition for loan officers that we will pair you with rock stars so you can build a mortgage business independent of your real estate business.
But not independent of your influence.
Not independent of your influence. There's more to it. Steve Bettino shared with you that he has a multi-seven-figure plan in mortgages. You know, is there anyone else in here that's as smart as Steve Bettino? Raise your hand if you think that you're as smart as Steve is, right?
Everybody,
right? Or smarter, right? More
yeah,
hands rose when they said, oh, smart.
Raise
okay,
the bar
yes,
a little,
yes,
Bill.
yes.
Gosh. Dang.
Yes, right? Look, people are successful not because they're not smart enough, not because they're not capable. It's because they're not mature enough. A lot of things that we talked about today really have to do with maturity. Stephen has a clear plan using our model to be generating multiple seven figures of revenue through the mortgage space in less than 2 years. He's one of 5 people that have joined our company in the last 6 months that not only see that vision, they are realizing it fast. You raised your hand. you're smart enough, you're capable. Just, can we get that, the QR code is right there. Jump on that QR code, reach out. If you want to learn how to diversify your income, jump on that QR code and grab a time. Start to learn. That's what we're all here for, is learning.
I would say this, no matter what you do or don't do, you want to make sure you know what's coming, okay? And believe me when I say this, everybody in influence will have a way to monetize that influence through ancillary business, whether that be mortgage, solar, title, it's all coming to people with influence.